Good morning, friends. Decoding various provisions and definitions under the FCRA has always been difficult for a layperson to understand, as not all are so well versed with the legal language used in the statute. We used to receive a number of queries asking whether this fund shall be FCRA or local, whether the donation from such and such organization will be FCRA donation or local. So here I am from Team NGO Enabler to develop certain clarity on two of the key definitions which are the core of FCRA that you need to not only remember but also understand if you already run a FCRA registered organization or thinking of registering one in the near future. So the very first important definition which I will discuss today is the heart of FCRA, the definition of foreign contribution itself. As per section 2H of the Act, foreign contribution means any donation, delivery or transfer. So all the possible modes of giving have been covered here. I repeat, foreign contribution means any donation, delivery or transfer made by a foreign source. The definition of foreign source we will be discussing later in this video. Of any article, which implies even the donation in kind is covered by the definition. Please listen carefully. Even the donation in kind is covered by the definition. As per section 2H of the Act, foreign contribution means donation, delivery or transfer made by a foreign source of any article, not being an article given to a person as a gift for his personal use. Which means if such article is received for personal consumption, it shall not be considered as foreign contribution. If the market value in India of such article on the date of such gift is not more than such sum as may be specified from time to time by the central government by the rules made by it in this behalf. Presently, the amount allowed for such gift stands at not more than rupees 1 lakh. So all in all, the donation in kind is covered by the definition of foreign contribution, but not the one which is for personal use, and that too only up to the value of rupees 1 lakh, which was notified in the Foreign Contribution Regulation 2nd Amendment Rules 2019. I repeat, donation in kind is covered by the definition of foreign contribution, but not the one which is for personal use, and that too only up to the value of rupees 1 lakh. Coming to the second part of the definition, foreign contribution means any donation, delivery or transfer made by a foreign source of any currency, whether Indian or foreign, which implies even if contribution in Indian currency is received from any foreign source, it will be covered by the definition. And lastly, of any security as defined in the relevant section of the Securities Contract Regulation Act, which actually includes shares, scrips, bonds, debentures or other marketable securities of any incorporated body or body corporate. Coming to the three explanations provided in this very clause of section 2 of FCRA, explanation 1 says a donation, delivery or transfer of any article, currency or security referred to in this clause by any person who has received it from any foreign source, either directly or through one or more person, shall also be deemed to be foreign contribution within the meaning of this clause. This implies even if you are second recipient of such article or currency or security, it shall still be considered as foreign contribution. However, with the FCRA Amendment 2020, such concept of second recipient has already been foregone, and now one can only receive directly from the foreign source. Explanation 2 says that any interest accrued on deposits made out of such foreign contribution or any other income derived from such contribution or interest earned directly on such contribution. I repeat, interest accrued on deposits made out of such foreign contribution, which means fixed deposits, or any other income derived from such contribution or interest earned directly on such contribution, which is bank interest, shall also be deemed to be foreign contribution. This implies that even fixed deposits which are made out of foreign funds, the interest earned thereon shall also be treated as foreign contribution, and in case of savings bank account, even bank interest earned on the funds lying unused in the account shall also be treated as same. Explanation 3 says that any amount received as fees or as cost towards the good or services provided in the ordinary course of trade, commerce or business by any person, then such amount shall be excluded from the definition of foreign contribution, whether received directly or through the agent. So if you are receiving any fees or cost towards the goods or services which you have provided, it shall not be covered by the definition of foreign contribution under FCRA. Coming to the next important definition under FCRA, definition of foreign source. Now, what do you mean by foreign source? Foreign source includes the government of any foreign country and any agency of such government, any international agency. However, United Nations, World Bank, International Monetary Fund and such other specialized agencies have been exempted specifically from the purview of FCRA. Then comes the foreign company, a corporation not being a foreign company but incorporated in a foreign country. Multinational corporation, a company within the meaning of Companies Act 2013, thus implying established in India but in which more than 50% shareholding is held either singly or jointly by the government or citizens of the foreign country, or the corporations, trusts, societies and other associations registered in a foreign country, a trade union in any foreign country, a foreign trust or the foundation, a society, club or other association of individuals registered outside India, and a citizen of a foreign country, which implies contribution received from NRIs who have not yet got the citizenship of the foreign country is not covered and hence shall not be considered as foreign source. All the clauses are very clear in itself, but to bring in more clarity in clause number 6, that is, a company within the meaning of Companies Act 2013 but in which more than 50% shareholding is held either singly or jointly by the government or citizens of the foreign country, or the corporations, trusts, societies or other associations registered in a foreign country, let me tell you that in case of those organizations, if the limit of more than 50% shareholding is within the FDI limits allowed by the government in that particular sector, I repeat, in case of such organizations, if the limit of more than 50% shareholding is within the FDI limits allowed by the government in that particular sector in which such company operates, then it shall not be considered as foreign source. This clause was inserted through the Finance Act 2016. Let me explain you with an example. Infosys Limited. In case of technology, software, development, etc., 100% FDI is allowed, which implies donation given by Infosys to its foundations shall now not be considered as foreign contribution any longer after this clause was inserted in the definition. Moreover, in any case, for all practical purposes, Indian companies with more than 50% foreign shareholding will be automatically exempted from the definition of foreign source, as all Indian companies have to compulsorily comply with the limits set by FEMA for foreign investment. So now such companies can easily carry out CSR or other social activities through their own foundations without any hiccups of compliance under the FCRA. I hope I have been able to develop some clarity on two of the most important definitions under the FCRA, and it will now be comparatively easy for the organizations to identify which source of funding or what nature of contribution can be marked as foreign source or foreign contribution. For more such videos, keep subscribed to our YouTube channel, and for any queries you can mail us or comment below. Thank you.